States' power and leadership. In political and governance discourse, the concepts of states' power and leadership are often used interchangeably, leading to confusion and misinterpretation of the true meanings. However, a clear distinction must be made between the power, institutional power, and leadership, influence and vision. 1. States' power, the institutional framework. State power refers to the institutional authority vested in the state and its organs, executive, legislative, judiciary, military, police, etc. It is the legal and structural power that a nation exercises to enforce laws, defend sovereignty, regulate the economy, and maintain order. This power is embedded in constitutions and laws, government institutions and public offices, military and police forces, economic control and resources management, foreign policy and diplomatic influence. States' power is inheritable, transferable, and often impersonal. It belongs to the state and is passed to whoever occupies official positions, regardless of their personal qualities. 2. Leadership, influence beyond titles. Leadership, on the other hand, is personal and dynamic. It refers to the capacity of an individual, or a group, to inspire, influence, and guide people toward a shared vision or objective. True leadership involves vision and direction, moral authority and trust, ability to mobilize people, problem-solving and decision-making under uncertainty, courage to challenge and reform systems. Leadership does not necessarily require formal power. One can be a leader without holding any official government position, and conversely, not every official is a leader. 3. Tendencies and confusions. Modern political systems often confuse institutional power with leadership capacity. It is common to see people equate a political position, minister, governor, president, parliamentarian, with leadership, assuming that holding power automatically grants leadership legitimacy. This leads to power holders acting as administrators, not visionaries. Leadership becoming a title rather than a responsibility. Citizens expecting leadership qualities from mere office holders. Some individuals hold high positions but lack leadership influence, while others lead movements, communities, or even nations from outside formal structures. 4. Boundaries between roles of each, states' power and leadership. States' power is institutional and legal authority. Leadership is personal influence and moral authority. States' power executes laws, policies, and decisions. Leadership shapes vision, mobilizes, and inspires. States' power transfers with elections or appointments. Leadership builds over time through trust. States' power manages systems and bureaucracy. Leadership challenges systems to evolve. State power can exist without leadership qualities. Leadership can exist without formal power. 5. Link between the two. While states' power and leadership are distinct, they are interconnected. States' power without leadership is empty, mechanical, mercantilism and prone to failure. Leadership without access to power can be limited in execution. The ideal governance system aligns institutional power with real leadership capacity, allowing visionaries to operate within structures that give them the means to implement their vision. 6. Is every political position a leadership role? No, not every political position is a leadership role. Many positions are administrative, technical, or representational. For example, a most senior advisor in a state ministry holds a political appointment but is not expected to lead. A member of parliament may have representational duties but not necessarily leadership qualities. A minister or president, however, is expected to act as a leader, setting directions and mobilizing resources. However, the title alone does not guarantee leadership capacities. The individual's vision, courage, and influence determine whether they are a leader in the true sense. Conclusion: the need for conscious differentiation. A nation's progress depends on the alignment between its institutional power and authentic leadership. People must be aware and conscious of this distinction and avoid glorifying titles over substance. True leadership transforms power from a tool of control into a force for positive communities' change.